Hello guys, welcome back to the ninth and final episode of Building Castle Leslie. Before we start, I'd like to say that this episode is dedicated to my friend Victor, aka Cooldark, who's going through it at the moment, and who I would like to support with this episode. I wanted to say that I was busy most of last week at my girlfriend's place and with family obligations, so I haven't done too much between episodes here. This episode is going to be about detailing the ducal kind of tier of the main tower. I want to show you that I've been planning out a bit of how this is going to connect. So my current thoughts are that there's going to be a small village here. My current running name is Rostillid, kind of based around the name Roskilde, if you know medieval kind of history or Game of Thrones stuff. So this path is probably going to connect up through here and through the woods, go through the small village, and then continue on to Castle Leslie. I have also been thinking about running a path, I'll show you, from around here all the way around this lake and then linking up about there. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get to that or when, but that's currently the plan. I wanted to mention between episodes I've been doing some of the interior work here. It's hard to work on... I find like the windows of this place are hard to do because there's so much... it's like a very fine line between being over detailed and being under detailed. So I'm trying to go for like a very minimal look, because I find if you do too much it really tends to distract, and I prefer mostly going for like my flat plain faces. I don't like the amount of shading that happens when you get too many ledges and stuff. So this is kind of the way it's going. That's the ground floor. That's the floor where the Duke lives. That's the nice floor above them. And then this layer here is the not so nice floor. It's instead of having like that nice instead of having that nice kind of smooth quartz plaster stucco look, it has more of like a rough wooden look. So I've been doing a bit of work on the outside bits. Any of this stuff is subject to change between now and the world kind of world tour, world download, whatever. There's a small balcony here and a bit of a wooden piece. I also wanted to mention that I did the inside of this and I changed the roofs here to have these red Tudor style. I don't remember the name for those windows, but I found that it was really dark in there, so I wanted to make it look a bit brighter, and the gray stained glass stood out too much, so now we have red stained glass in this build as well. So let me show you what's been happening in here. I added a door. There was no door before. I like this door. Weird thing, the dark oak planks are very rich. They're very saturated, and the spruce wood is also very saturated, so they go well together. And funnily enough, the dark oak wood is a lot less saturated, so it tends to stand out more. You can see the difference here, where this is like really gray, almost greenish, and then if we get those orange tinges back in, it just blends in way better. So that's our kind of like entrance area. Coming inside here, this is the little feast hall. So we have our dinner table. I decided to stick with this floor. I think I'm overall happy with it. I don't think it distracts too much. We have our big curtains back there, a nice little table here. It looks like it's set up for a meal, but it hasn't been served yet. So we have our cups and our stacks of plates and stuff. Paintings on these sides. We have a little bell here to ring for dinner service. And I've been using these lightning rods to look like torch sconces and stuff. We have a little bathroom in here. And then this is the ballroom. This is what it's looking like at the moment. Again, any of this is subject to change, but I'm mostly happy with it. So down here we have a big painting. Obviously, I don't really have a painting that fits the size, so this is a composite of glazed terracotta and a bunch of smaller paintings. But if you stand back, and especially if you don't like focus on it visually too much, it makes sense as like one big composite image, especially if you choose the right paintings. Up there we have some candles. That's where a skylight ended up. And you can see that the paintings have this kind of like border effect with the redstone lamps. And then up here, we're using the chisel bookshelf to go for kind of like a dark down here, light up there theming. I would have loved to put a chandelier in here, but it's off center. And if you put a chandelier, then you block the gallery view. So that sucks. If you're motion sick, close your eyes for a second because we're going up a lot of stairs. So I'll take you to the top and then we'll come back down because what I want to work on this episode, like I said, is like the proper ducal living quarters. So now we're at the top. This is the more ramshackle kind of layer. We have a little ladder here that comes to the top. Probably going to add another furnace on this side, or another chimney. I'm not super happy with this chimney design. I thought it worked better in You Get 'Em, so I might change those out, but I'm not sure. Coming in here, we have a small little room where we have some barrels and stuff, a little furnace and a table. And that's kind of what we have for up here. Coming back, whoops. If we come back down a layer, you can see this is a little common room. In here we have a room with like 4 little bunk beds. This one is a nicer room. I've really been enjoying using the chisel bookshelves to look like empty shelving. Good block. Very good interior decorating block. Where was I? Alright, so here we have one of those little like protrusion bits. This is sticking out of the castle wall a bit. A little toilet and a small armory. So, whoops, daylight sensor. So here we have a chest and a couple of pieces of armor and stuff. If we come back down 1 layer, you'll see that it's instantly looking a lot nicer. So the ceiling here is a bit low, but I think it's still pretty swanky. We have our little council room. There is the map of where we are. I don't know why there's 2 dots. I think one of them is me and one of them is the map. I'm not sure what the deal is. But yeah, that's what Castle Leslie looks like from above. And it looks pretty nice. It's a really nice shade of red. Here we have a couple of like swords on the wall and banners. If we come into here, we got a little bedroom. This is... Sorry. If I put this on, you'll see that this is basically a dyed leather tunic. It's dyed a mix of like orange, pink, brown, and it has copper in it. So it looks like a big like copper chest plate. And in here, we're going for kind of the idea that this is like the son of the Duke and his like maybe like his knight or childhood friend. Inspired by Laenor and Carl Corey on House of the Dragon for this bit. So we see that he has a kind of generic room. I tend to go, statistically, I think almost all my castles tend to have like somebody who's either like drunk or sadistic or something like that, or like there's some kind of murder on like the 3rd floor, like Castle Cargyle. So I think this is a nicer castle. I don't think we're gonna have any of those like really weird, like messed up people. Our little bathroom here, and this is, or sorry, that's like our little toilet area. This is where we have our baths. Unfortunately, there's no water in here because if I put water, this concrete powder is going to turn into concrete. But it's alright. I think it still looks nice in here. So let me show you now what we're working with. I showed this off during the live stream, but I haven't really been back. So this is going to be our kind of family room. There's going to be a couple of kind of couches probably and a little fireplace. In here we're going to have a big old bed and a chest, I think. And this is going to be a side table. This brings us to the ballroom, because this used to be a balcony before they kind of broke off that piece to add another building. And this is going to be our bathroom. So I'm going to end this clip here. I'm going to decorate probably this room, and the bathroom. And then I'll come back so that we can do the bedroom together. Okay, guys, so I built out the two rooms that I wanted to do before we did the final one. So this is our solar. Solar is basically a living room. It's where in a castle you would spend most of your time, essentially, if you were indoors, because the bedroom would be a bit more cramped. You wouldn't necessarily have like nice seating and stuff. So here we have some nice cushioned black couches. We have a yellow sun rising on a red field there. Got a painting, a little sword on display, and this fireplace. I don't know why I've been having issues with the iron bars doing that weird like texturing thing. I don't know if it's showing up on video. Uh, this little fireplace took a lot of debugging. So I'll show you. Basically, if you want the iron bars to go across like this, you have to set them up correctly. If you want your iron trap doors to be up, you have to set them, and then all four of these stairs have to be debugged into the right place. So it's a bit finicky. With these couches as well, you have to do a fill or set block command. So that's about it for this room. I think it's nice. It really shows off the vibe of what we're going for. And one of the fun things for me is that for inspiration for this level of the castle, I looked back at a couple of other builds, namely, God, I can't remember, Castle Stoneheart and Spicer Hall, which I've showed off both of those. And it makes me really happy because I feel like my techniques have improved since then. And it's a bit more down to earth, so there's something a bit more fun about the cartoony vibe sometimes. But I really like the way that this build is turning out. If we come into here, we have a little side table, and this is our bathroom. Unfortunately, I didn't have the space to stick the toilet in another room like the floor above us, so... Oh, hold on. I actually forgot one detail, which is that there's no roof supports in here. There. That's a bit better. Wait, hold on. I think it makes more sense to do that. Yeah, okay. I might revert that, I don't know. So yeah, we have our little like hand washing, got a towel, another pile of like fresh towels here, and our little bathtub in a nook in the wall. We can do the wall nook basically because we have this wall layer, we have the castle wall layer, and then we have this second layer of plaster. So that's one of the really nice benefits of playing with multiple layer walls, is that you can do stuff like that or stuff like this. Unfortunately, there is a little room off to the side that we can't access because there just really wasn't space. So there is a little area here that just doesn't go anywhere, and I'm not really happy with the fact that it doesn't go anywhere, but it really doesn't physically fit. I tried to put a door here, and it basically every time you open the door, it updates all these blocks and it messes up the whole fireplace. So yeah, what I want to now do on camera is work out. Sorry for my squeaky chair. I want to work out this bedroom. So we have the basic bed shape here. Basically, it's not on center, but I think it makes more sense to make it wider than to make it like a really narrow bed, because we could do that, but it would turn out like that, I think. Or we can make it really wide. But then this whole room is basically just, I mean, I know it's a bedroom, but I think it needs a bit more room than bed. So I think that's the way to go, probably just have it off center. Okay, so getting into it, I think this is probably going to be a red bed. So we can get some of our red blocks here. Can go like that. Get a couple of red wool ones in here, and something like that. Okay, gonna come in here with our trapdoors on the sides. I think we're gonna go for dark oak instead of spruce because it really fits like that kind of rich, fancy look as a very saturated appearance. Although there are obviously issues with using the same block two places in two different ways. But I think we're going to go for a big old canopy bed. So we're going to go up like that. Oops. Probably close this off on the sides. For now, we can place some stripped oak wood as our end tables. And hold on. Okay, like that. Quartz for our pillows. Gotta go quartz slab, not smooth quartz, because the smooth quartz has no lines and it looks like just one big pillow. Yeah, I think I like how it's turning out. I'm basing this off of the Castle Stoneheart bed. So there are going to be similarities. And then I think we come up here again with more red wool. And then banners on the sides. Those don't go down as far as I would hope. So I think we're gonna have to use the barrier blocks. Okay, hold on. Unless we go like that, because then we can hang these a bit lower. And I have a big old floppy bed. I love canopy beds. I don't know if any of you guys are fans of the old Scooby-Doo cartoons, but canopy beds have a special place in my heart for their ability to be collapsed for the use of shenanigans. Hold on, so got a bit of that. This is going to be a very red bed, but I think it'll be okay. And we can probably include a bit of detail into this back part, using the spruce wood again. Something like that. What we need now is a big old chest down here. Unfortunately, we can't make a really big chest in Minecraft normally, so we're building furniture. Let's get a sign. Something like that. Okay guys, so this is it, final product. I added a little carpet here incorporating a bit of the black from this room. So we have our glazed terracotta here acting as a bit more of a elaborate carpet. Got a couple of paintings up, another big, I don't know what to call them, like torch holder, sconce. Got a little seat here where you can imagine someone doing like a bit of I don't know, like a bit of knitting or crochet or something. Little book on the side table, and that's basically it. I really like how this bed turned out. It's not the direction I was gonna go with it exactly, but I think it looks really nice. And that's basically it for Castle Leslie. After 9 episodes, you know, there's probably a couple bits I'm gonna come in and rework at some point. I don't know, maybe between uploads or something, or if I just come back in a few months and I want to... Oh, yeah, actually I will have to come back because these are all supposed to become tough in like June-ish when the new update comes out. But yeah, I'm really happy with this build. It's a very different build from anything I've done in some ways, but it's also very much in my style. Like there's nothing about it that screams that it's like copying another thing or that it's outside of my norm. Like it's a really good balance between my usual stuff and my not so usual stuff, and I'm really happy with it. So I will be back with the tour of this whole place in a few days. I don't want to say when exactly because it might take me some time to set up, but probably by the end of next week that video will be out, and I'm really excited for that. I also wanted to say between now and then I might start working on the village that's going to be here. I already have an idea of what the theme is going to be, so this might sound a bit weird, but the theme is pigs. So there's going to be like a pig farmer, a butcher shop where they like take the pig meat, a leather tannery where they take the pig leather. There's going to be a chandler who uses like the pig fat to make candles. There's going to be an apothecary who uses like pig blood and stuff in their little spells and witchcraft. And I think it's going to be a cool thing because I don't usually tie my builds together that much. I usually don't go with such a like specific theme, but I think it's going to turn out really interesting. So that's the end of building Castle Leslie. I will see you guys next time.